Hi everyone, so today I'm back with a new video and this is the first time I am doing a product review on Samson Satellite microphone. So what is a Samson microphone? It's something like this. You can see here. And yes, I'm recording this video using the microphone. So I think it should be able to pick up my voice from here. So in this video, I'll be showing about the unboxing of package as well as how to use the Samson Satellite on both the iOS devices and the laptop. So let's go ahead and watch this whole video, and I do hope that you guys enjoy it. This is the Samson Satellite microphone. So here I have is that I already unboxed this whole thing, so I'll be showing you how the microphone will look like, as well as some of the accessories that come with it. So this is how the Samson microphone look like here. If I move this aside, the package, it looks something like this. So you get something like a cool looking microphone. With here you have a different setting. I have already recorded how this setting will be, but I messed up some of the wordings for each of the setting. So for the semicircle is to capture sounds in front of you, so it's one person to the microphone, whereas for the circle, the full circle is to capture sounds surrounding you. That means if you are playing in a big band orchestra, the circle sound is good for your recording in a studio setting. For the two circles there, it's to record sounds that are usually two instruments or two people. So different setting depends on how you want to record it. And for this case, Samson, is that you are able to flip the button, as you can see here, to change a different setting. So yeah, by default it's the circle button here. And this is the mute button. You just press it and you mute, and then the microphone won't take in any sound. And if you press it, the microphone will continuously just do its normal job by taking the sound. Then we have here is the adjuster for the volume, the knob here. So you can mute, you can lower it down, you can even make it up a bit. And this knob here is related to headphones. Monitor is to hear how it sound like on the microphone. By default it's off, and if you want to turn it on, you can just shift it to the on button. Okay, so yeah, and this is how it looks like. And we have a USB port here, which allows you to connect to cables. I'll be showing the accessories later. And if you have some kind of stand, you can plug this onto to some kind of knobs to really like to capture your sound. So if you have cameras or that, it'd be nice, you know, if you have some kind of screw or what to put this microphone on. So imagine you have a stand, you can make your microphone like point down, or if you have a, like what I said, a camera, you can place it above you, so you can take in all the sounds and adjust to your own liking. Yeah, this is what it is. And we have some kind of a stand here. So this satellite itself, it allows you to adjust to your height, which I shall open this right now. So I just open up the stand. This is how it looks like. You have a stand, and then you can just adjust it anywhere you like. So this is how it's supposed to look like if you place it on a table. Now the cons about this Samson Satellite mic is that its stand itself is very hard to open. So just now I did it off screen because I myself, I have a brittle and soft nails. So as you can see, it's not easy for me to like really take out this whole thing. And if you are someone like myself, you may find this very hard to open, because it's this metal thing, this tip here, it's very bulky, it's solid. until the extent that it's very difficult for me to open. If I don't have, like example, a hand cloth or a shirt, it'll be very hard for me to open this without it. So yeah, this is something to take note, but overall I would say that this microphone design, it's simple. So yeah, this is how it looks like if you put on the table. And if you don't have it, if you didn't use the stand, which is absolutely fine, it would be something like this. So yeah, as you can see here, this is how the microphone looks like. This is how the packaging for the Samson Satellite look like. So it comes in a box like this, which I have already opened. And in this case, you can see here it says USB iOS broadcast microphone. It is suitable for gaming, streaming, podcasting, and music recording, and made for iPhone, iPad, iPod. If you see from the side here, it's made for iPhone X, iPhone 8 Plus, and so on. So long as you have the latest version of the Apple iPhone or iPad, I think this microphone is really good for you. From what I see from the catalog that the Samsung brand have, is that Samson Satellite microphone is the only microphone that allows for USB and iOS. So if you are someone who uses a microphone on GarageBand, or if you record stuff on your iPhone, iPad, you better get this microphone, because you can also use it exchangeably with your laptop as well. So yeah, I mean, this is what it says here. You can broadcast quality USB iOS microphone to your computer, iPhone, iPad, and then you don't need kind of drivers to connect to your laptops. And like what you have seen just now is that the multi-pattern mic, which allows you to pick up 3 kind of different sounds around you. And then you can adjust your stand preferred placement, as well as what I mentioned, it is compatible with iOS with the lightning cable. So this is how it looks like when you get the packaging. And this is the summary of what Samson Satellite is. Yeah, that is for the packaging itself. When you open the Samson Satellite package, you'll see a kind of nice box like this. So because I already opened it, therefore it's like this. So what you get is a kind of a plastic. This is the plastic that was used to protect the microphone. And then we have the guidebook, which is really damn good. I mean, it's very clear and understandable how to read. So you have like how to use the microphone, what is it about, what is all these functions. We have the quick start on how to use it, you know, how to open it, how to set it, how to put your headphones and connect to your laptop. And even they give you instructions on how to create a mono audio track to record your sound. It's interesting. As well as we have a guide for Apple OS X if you are using MacBook, as well as Windows. I use Windows, so I follow these instructions, which I will post it right after all this recording. Then you can set the sample rate in Windows, because sometimes the sound itself, the latency feedback may differ from different laptops, so it's good if that you can read out this guide before you do anything. Yeah, and this is a guide for connecting to iPhone or iPad. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, and this is a guide on about the polar patterns of how to use the different types to record different sound. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, and then the specification. So yeah, and then there are 2 different cables. We have the USB one, the USB cable, and we have the other cable which has the lightning cable. similar to the ones that you see on iPhone, iPad charging cable. And this is how it looks like. This is the USB port that will connect to the microphone. So this is what is inside the box. I'll be showing you on how I'm going to record my voice using the Samsung microphone, which I have already connected using my cable, which is the USB to the lightning cable here. So bear with me because I have a very cramped study place, and this is my tripod, which is not part of the product review. So I'll be using the GarageBand to record how the sound will sound like using the Samson Satellite, and I'll be utilizing my valedictorian speech, which I was supposed to give this month, but due to the COVID-19 it had to be cancelled. So we'll see whether how this Samson microphone would work if I read out my whole speech, as well as my test on how it will sound like if I record a song, which I already have, and I will show it after this whole video. So let us start with the whole testing of how it sounds like when I record my valedictorian speech. And before that, I will be using the usual setting, which is the circle. I can't remember what's his name. It's a centroid, I think, followed by this setting and the second one, and you'll see how it sounds like when I read the same paragraph again and again. Okay, and I did not do any settings here. As you can see, this is the GarageBand default mode, which is called clean, and I'll start reading off my speech. So I have just recorded my speech with the setting that I just now showed, which was the center circle, which is the centroid. So this is how it sounds like on GarageBand. Our guest of honor to be advised, Principal and CEO Mr. Yo Lee Piao, Board of Governors, School Advisory Committee members, Management of Republic Polytechnic, distinguished guests, parents, and fellow graduates. Good evening. My name is Chrissy, and I am representing the Diploma in Business Information Systems as a valedictorian for the class of 2020. I am delighted to be standing here today to celebrate this joyous occasion with not just friends and fellow graduates, but with the people I loved for making my life in Republic Polytechnic a wonderful journey. This would not have been possible without the help of the lecturers from the School of Infocom. On the behalf of all of us here as SOI students, we would like to thank you for creating and supporting this beautiful journey towards the liberation of being a graduate of Republic Polytechnic. I am also equally humbled to be using this platform to share with you my reflection about my life in Republic Polytechnic. I hope this speech will give you a sense of who I am as an individual and as a student. So I think what you have heard is just my speech. I think so far it sounds great. It sounds great, but at the same time, it can be quite hard to pick up, like give you that kind of confidence of whether your sound is really picked up, because when I was listening to myself with the monitor on, I don't know why I get the feeling where I am hearing my voice. There's a kind of an airplane background at the back when there wasn't any airplane background. And I also have a neighbor who sings outside, so thankfully when you hear the recording, it doesn't really capture my neighbor singing downstairs. And I guess it's also the fact that I have a very loud voice, so the Samsung microphone was able to pick up my voice. However, also the downside is that when you record the voice, you can't really go near the microphone, or else the chances of it being like picked, it may cause the microphone to have some difficulties, because just now I was noticing the microphone was having the kind of from the green light to a red light, which I should have shown it in the video here, but because due to the setting I have my room here, I can't really show you, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say about this LED light. And overall, I would say for this setting, it's not that bad. If you are someone who's trying to record, like for example, I'm doing a speech recording, I would say get this mic if you really like this microphone. And it's good especially if you're someone who's a beginner like myself. I'm using this microphone. I bought the microphone is for creating videos as well as to record stuff like this and creating music. So let us go to the next setting, which I will use the guidebook to see what is the correct naming for all these 3 buttons that I have mentioned in the video. So what you just heard is me recording my valedictorian speech using a polar pattern that is called the unidirectional, which is actually the cardioid, which is this setting here, the small circle, if you can see somewhere here. Yep, this one. So I'll be recording the same valedictorian speech using this setting, which is called the, I believe it's the omnidirectional. I'll be using the next setting, which is called the, I believe it's called the omnidirectional. Wait. Oh, my bad, sorry. This is the unidirectional, which is the top one. And then just now, the one that I did was the omnidirectional. So yeah, I mean, omnidirectional means that you are able to reproduce sound from all directions, whereas the cardioid, which is the one that I'm going to record now, it is the most widely used for studio, so you only can capture the sound in front of the microphone and reject sound from the sides and the back. I'll also be later covering a bidirectional, which is known as the figure 8. This captures the front and back of the microphone. So let's see how the microphone was pick up what kind of sound it will produce on the GarageBand when we record this. And before that, if you can see here, like what I mentioned just now, this is the green LED light, which means that your microphone is okay and is operational to start recording. If you see a color that is red color, it means there's something wrong with the connection with your iPad and the microphone. So how to tackle this is really just to unplug it and plug it back again. I also noticed that when I use this Samson Satellite microphone, when I use the AirPods, it can't really like do well. What I mean is that it has problem recognizing AirPods as a earphones, which in this case I'm using the Apple normal earphones here. And yeah, I mean it can't differentiate earphones from the AirPods. And if you have your AirPods on, you put it on your ears, and if you have the Samson microphone, there's a chances that when you take off the AirPods, your microphone is going to have a delay when you record the voice. So example, when the person sing B and then the recording, the sound thought that is singing A, so there's a delay. You have this kind of offbeat sense in the music. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. And for the earphone itself, I forgot to mention is that the earphone, why I use the Apple earphone other than the like most of the earphones, like example Sony and such, is because there's a problem with the way it connects to this Samson Satellite. As you see here, this thing here, this thing was able to connect very well. Like I can just plug it in without any issues completely, and it didn't have any problem when I record the sound. Whereas if I use other earphones, like I have a Sony headphone, it keeps like bouncing out, so it's not really completely going in, and when it's not completely being pushed in, you can't really hear yourself. The sound that you hear is probably has to do with the iPad, no? The sound that is produced when the earphones is not completely insert in. So that's the downside of it, because I like using Sony headphones, and to me when I try to plug in, it's a sad thing, because headphone, after all, you want to look professional, especially if you are recording songs and such. You usually use headphones, not earphones, to like listen to what you're singing, right? So yeah, that is the downside for me when I use my Samson Satellite. It also could possibly mean that my headphones itself, it's old, because I bought it 4 years ago. But I don't see really as much of a difference, because after all, this earphone that I have, it came together iPhone 6s, which is around 5 years ago, so it doesn't make any sense with that. So probably if you are trying to record using the Samson Satellite, do pay attention to what your earphone or headphone is, see whether does it completely insert into the Samson Satellite, or else you have to get something like this Apple earphone, which is easier to plug in. Do take note that the Samson Satellite microphone is very sensitive if you do not plug in your headphones or earphones properly. So do check that your headphones, the metal tip is completely insert until you don't even see the tip there. So let's get into the recording for this omnidirectional. Oh dear, I say so many stuff and I can't remember what I'm saying. Okay, yes. Oh no, I'm going to use the unidirectional. God, this is why I have yet to familiarize myself with this microphone. So there's omnidirectional, unidirectional, and bidirectional. So I'll be testing out on the unidirectional for the valedictorian speech. And this will be the same setting as the previous one, which is clean. My name is Chrissy, and I am representing the Diploma in Business Information Systems. So yeah, this is how I record my stuff, and we shall see if it sounds okay. With that, I'm gonna unplug this and see how it sounds like. My name is Chrissy, and I am representing the Diploma in Business Information Systems as a valedictorian for the class of 2020. I am delighted to be standing here today to celebrate this joyous occasion with not just friends and fellow graduates, but with the people I loved for making my life in Republic Polytechnic a wonderful journey. This would not have been possible without the help of the lecturers from the School of Infocom. On the behalf of all of us here as SOI students, we would like to thank you for creating and supporting this beautiful journey towards the liberation of being a graduate of Republic Polytechnic. I am also equally humbled to be using this platform to share with you my reflection about my life in Republic Polytechnic. I hope this speech will give you a sense of who I am as an individual and as a student. So as you can hear, I think this recording sounds better when it is in unidirectional. So unidirectional, again, it is used mostly in studio, and it captures the sound in front of the microphone and rejects the sound from the side. Compared to the first recording that you hear, it's the omnidirectional here. And omnidirectional is reproducing sound from all directions. And if you pay attention to the bar here, you can see that there's a difference of how clear the recording is. So when a sound is able to pick up, you usually see that the lines are very clear. There's no like noisy background, like ups and downs, that kind of peak. When you see peaks like that, it means that the microphone capture other sounds as well. So this is how it sounds like for the omnidirectional. Just now you saw the omnidirectional and unidirectional polar patterns of the sound with my valedictorian speech. So now I'll be going through a bidirectional, and bidirectional polar pattern is a setting that captures sound directly in front and back of the microphone while rejecting sound on the left and right side. So this usually is used to simultaneously capture two instruments or vocalists positioning microphone directly between them. So one is at the front, one is at the back. So this is how it would sound like if I record my valedictorian speech. So this is how it would sound like for this last setting here. Representing the Diploma in Business Information Systems as a valedictorian for the class of 2020. I'm delighted to be standing here today to celebrate this joyous occasion with not just friends and fellow graduates, but with the people I loved for making my life in Republic Polytechnic a wonderful journey. This would not have been possible without the help of the lecturers from the School of Infocom. On the behalf of all of us here as SOI students, we would like to thank you for creating and supporting this beautiful journey towards the liberation of being a graduate of Republic Polytechnic. See here, it's more louder than the second one, which is actually called the unidirectional. Jeez, the terms. So it's much louder than the unidirectional, but at the same time, it's only picking up the front. Sadly, I don't have a duplicate version of myself. If I duplicate myself, maybe we can hear the difference between the front and the rear kind of difference. So it's not really a fair test to say that this bidirectional is really good, but overall I think it's louder than the unidirectional, and at the same time it's not so noisy compared to the omnidirectional. As you can see the difference, which I shall show you. So you can see there's a difference though. Liberation of being a graduate. Our guest of honor to be advised, Principal and CEO Mr. Yo Lee Piao, Board of Governors, School Advisory Committee members, Management of Republic Polytechnic, distinguished guests, parents, and fellow graduates. Good evening. My name is Chrissy, and I am representing the Diploma in Business Information Systems as a valedictorian. Now, if you have earphones, I'm delighted to be standing better here than like if you have earphones on, you can probably hear there's a kind of like the kind of sound behind it. So yeah, I mean that's the difference between the omnidirectional and the bidirectional voices. So this is how the Samson Satellite sounds on GarageBand. I'll also be posting up on how it sounds like on voice memos when I edit this video. So I hope that this video regarding on how it sounds like on iPad or iPhone, since I mean iPad and iPhone are nearly the same, Apple products, I hope that this video gives a kind of better understanding of how the microphone sounds like. And overall I would say that the setting is very easy though. I like the fact that it allows us for a kind of lightning cable, which is this one. So yeah, oopsie, there it is. So I like it when it is the kind of oopsie, let me focus on this. Yeah, so I like it when it is lightning cable. That means you can easily just plug in and you don't even need extra stuff. And I like also the fact that it also comes with the USB cable, which I will show on my laptop. And for the laptop itself, it's going to be harder, so I will be doing the setup behind the the camera. Yeah, that is all for the iPhone portion. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hello, bruh. How could you tell me that I'm great when they chew me up, spit me out, pissed on me? Why would you tell me that it's fake when they laughed at me every day in my face? They say the end is coming sooner, but the end's already here. This is a video for the Samson Satellite using on Windows. I have a Windows laptop, so I'll be following the Windows instructions. Apparently is that when you use the USB cables itself, you don't need any driver being installed, because once you plug in, you can just use it as you go. So in all, I'm just saying that this Samson Satellite device is a plug and play device. So as you can see here, I'm using Audacity to record the sound of this whole microphone. So firstly, we'll be taking a look at the sound produced in omnidirectional, followed by unidirectional and bidirectional. So this is how it sounds like. I recorded them in as one whole track here. So this is in stereo track, and here this is how it sounds like. Testing 1 2 3. 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 Okay, so if you hear it, I hope that my phone is able to pick up the sound. As you can see from this whole recording, it's not that bad actually, based on what I have listened on my headphones. But because I'm recording this as a normal video, so you may not be able to hear the sound. I think it only sounds good if it's on the, if I'm not wrong, it's on unidirectional. It only sounds better when it's on unidirectional followed by omnidirectional. But when it comes to bidirectional, it's not really that clear. As you can hear from the back, it has a bit of a zigzag kind of sound here. There's no like a sudden kind of line that you see from bottom to the top, which is some like all these lines here. This is the first track here is the unidirectional. You can see here the line itself, there's a kind of like a pickup and it's very clear. There's not much of a kind of audio editing needed. But for the omnidirectional, you can see there's a bit of a noisy background peak here. Compared to the first one, it's not so clean. For the last one, as I mentioned, even though it sounds good, I think there's a kind of a pickup problem, because again, bidirectional, it takes the sound directly from the front and back. So I think the microphone wasn't able to pick up which is the front and back, and that's why there's this zip kind of that sound, kind of like a jagged sound as you heard just now. So something like this. So you heard was something like this. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. So you can hear there's this zip sound. It's not that great, but overall I would say that maybe it's good, especially if you are plugging in your earphones. Again, I'm using my Apple earphones to hear the Samson Satellite, and I think it's fine. I haven't tried out voice recording on my laptop, which is like a voice memo. So I think based on this Audacity itself, I can say that it's pretty good. Just that I prefer using on Apple product, because Apple product, it's more clearer, a kind of crisp sound better than the Windows laptop here. So that is all for the Windows laptop. And before I end off the video, if you notice here, when you plug in this Samson microphone, which I shall plug in here now, you'll notice that it will say here Samson Satellite. So when you record stuff on Samson Satellite, make sure your headphone is set to this, or else you can't really hear the sound that you're trying to produce. So when a earphone is plugged into the Samson earphone, which is something like this, when it's plugged inside, you can't really hear from outside. And if you want to listen to music, there's a kind of interference with the music if you play on Spotify. So example, if you are placing your earphones in the Samson Satellite and you want to listen to music, there's a chances that it may cause the microphone to go haywire, where the LED light turns from green to red. So do pay attention to the settings of the headphone as well as the speaker. On the other hand, what the guidebook says is that to make sure to use mono recording channel, which I have no idea why, but overall I think it sounded the same when I used the mono. So I'm guessing that I think it's more of to do with the latency rate as well. So different laptop may have a different kind of sound produced. In this case, this is my 5 years old laptop, so it's the sound rate is different from normal latest laptop sound. Yeah, I think that is about it for Samson Satellite Video on Windows. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. This is a Samson Satellite test on voice recorder Windows. So now that you watched the video, I believe you know what my verdict is. Overall, I will give it around 8 out of 10. So what I like about it is that it is simple to use, and I like the fact that this Samson Satellite microphone allows me to connect on laptop as well as the iOS devices, because I am a user who is using the devices on both of these platforms. And to me, I am someone who likes to create music, as well as I like to do this kind of video content more often. So getting a Samson Satellite microphone is really going to help me in terms of trying to produce a better sound quality. Overall, so far is that the sound produced on GarageBand has been good. It has, what I said, a crisp and clear sound, better than those days when I had my headphones and I can hear the bird sound and such. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. And if you're wondering where did I bought this microphone, I bought it on Amazon.com, which costs around $159 in Singapore dollars. If it's in US, if I'm not wrong, it's around $140 to $146. And if you are a Singaporean, you can get it at a place. There's this one branch in Singapore, I can't really remember the address, but I will link it down on the description box, as well as I'll include the MP3 audio of the one that I used for the Windows testing. And yeah, and that's it from me. I hope you enjoy this product review. If you do like the video, do hit the like button, and if you want to check out more of my content, feel free to check my channel and subscribe. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.